the sale in order to pay off the mortgage. Say for example, less than that. So at the end, if your mortgage company repossesses you, maybe you're going to owe even more. Immediately, I mean, we're able to actually cash flow it positively. So it's much better for us. So in this example, what we're going to do, we're going to show you how the lease option agreement can actually help you, will help you if you actually fall into negative equities for any reason. Say for example, your house has been vandalized and it needs works and it cannot be rented out and you want to get rid of it and it cannot actually be sold at the price that you should pay for it, you should actually get for the sale in order to pay off the mortgage. Say for example, you need, for instance, to achieve a sale of 147,000 pounds in order for you to actually be able to pay the mortgage off and to pay your solicitor fees, pay tax and whatever else. Now, in this case, what we can do is that, so basically going back to the market value, for some reason, maybe the property has been vandalized or something has happened, a flood, I don't know, maybe the market has crashed, I don't know, there's many things that can happen. Maybe you bought it at too high price, there's many things. And the market only dictates that you can actually get 135k for it, most tops. So that doesn't cut it, because then you actually need to fork out the difference between whatever mortgage balance is going to be paid off after the terms of the sale and your outstanding mortgage. So that could actually put you in debt, which is not good debt, because maybe you're going to own £10,000 to a mortgage company after you sold the house. It's something that we don't wish to own to anyone. And then so you still have to fork out for the £1,000 to pay for the lawyer the solicitor in order to do the sale. So obviously this is not something you want to do. And say for example, from our point of view, we would rather go for a lease option and help you that way than buying it as an auction. Let me explain why and how. Let's say you give up on this house, there's no lease option, nobody comes to rescue you, and you just give up on it. So it comes on the open market. Open market is an auction. If you're on the open market, through an estate agent, you could actually get 135. Auctions are cash buys, so very likely you're going to get even less than that. So at the end, if your mortgage company repossesses you, maybe you're going to owe even more than £10,000 if you give up on it. But from our point of view, if say for example we buy it for 100, we buy cash, so we buy it below market value for 100, you think we're happy. We're not that happy. We would rather actually get it 147k 10 years down the line and pay for that, whatever, say for example you need to pay a month 450 to a mortgage company to satisfy them in interest. We would rather take over the 450 immediately, so you don't actually lose the house. So you don't actually lose the house because basically what happens, so let's say we buy for 100k, we have to find 25% of 100k, so which is £25,000, pay for stamp duties, pay for solicitor fees. That makes it in the region of say £27,000, which would more than that actually. Stamp duties would actually be £30,000, just to put our name on the title deeds. And then we have to come up with other money to refurbish it. Say maybe another £10,000, so 30, so it's £40,000. £40,000, yes, we can come up with, but is a lot of money. Whereas, if we instead help you immediately by paying your monthly payment or 450 through the lease option agreement, and we agree to pay this or maybe slightly more than this, then we know if we pay slightly more than this or this, then at the end of 10 years we're encouraged to buy it. Very encouraged, because at the end of 10 years we've got a below market value deal, which is what we need in order to make money. So we only need maybe to pay £450 maybe for 2 to 3 months, because in 2 to 3 months very likely the odds are that we're able to fix everything. Instead of spending £30,000 to get it, we only spent what, 450 times 3 is so we spent in the region of over say £1,500 on your repayments for 3 months, plus the lawyer's fees, which is 1,500, so 3,000, plus another 10,000 for the refurbishment, so it'd be 13,000 versus the 40,000. Obviously, with £13,000, immediately, I mean, we're able to actually cash flow it positively. So it's much better for us to get a positive cash flow, but while you still have the house through a lease option agreement, because that £30,000 can be used for maybe securing another 5 lease option agreements, whatever, or maybe another investment. Whereas if we actually get it through the auction, then we have to fork out £40,000 in this example, for instance. Wait to remortgage, which is going to take time, maybe minimum 6 months, and we've got to deal with banks. It takes time, and therefore it slows us down, and it's not that profitable. Whereas if we do it through this way, bang, we're cash flowing positively after 3 to 4 to 5 months, depending on what is got to be done, or even less many times. So it is much better. And then we're able, normally doing this sort of calculations, we're able to get a payback on our investment, which is much quicker, and maybe sometimes with 50% payback return on investment, 100%, it really depends on the situation. And then at the end of the 10 years, if we negotiated a 10-year deal, 10-year lease, then if the price that we negotiated is a good price at that time, then obviously we want to buy. So this actually shows you how it is profitable for us. It's much better for us to help you before a repossession through a lease option, help you, work with you through a lease option, than having to actually buy your property through an auction at a discount. So because basically we're able to actually control much more properties, and we're able to actually more effectively resolve that problem being cash positive, and we have that security of the contract of the lease option. Hopefully this is all, so you understand how the lease option agreement is something that is good for us and is good for you if you're falling into negative equities.